All right, guys. This is a announcement based on what's Gridiron going to go to in the future. As many of you experienced, not so much in Tier One. Tier One did a great job. 10 of the 12 were active and played all their games. Two of them dropped out. But compared to other tiers, that's great. Tier Two's doing okay. They're behind. But they're mostly getting done. But tier 3, tier 4, just a mess in general. And I thought about it a long time, quite this year. And I say we're behind. I'm behind. I haven't got my games played. I've had some stuff to do, just not been able to get around. But I've thought about quite some time what I'm going to do with the Gridiron. Whether I should just kind of restart it, I'll go back to where it was in the early days with the formats, or if we should try something new and keep this tier system. Been a lot of discussions with Gage, Blake, and the committee involved on what we should do, and what we came up with, I think, is going to help keep players playing. As you have seen with our other leagues in the trend, they've all moved to dynasties. And, we've said for a while, I just don't think we can put Gridiron in dynasties. Well, now with a tier system, that kind of changed our thinking. And since we maxed out each tier at 12, that happens to be the perfect number, of the amount of people you can use in online dynasty, I should say, on Parsec and RPCS3. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move Gridiron to a tier system. It's going to take a lot of trust between people not to mess it up, not to, do something that's considered cheating, and not to lose progress. So we're gonna have to really work on file sharing. People that are doing the dynasties through the gilded thing have known the process of that. But I think this is our next step. How we kind of thought that worked, and this is kind of perfect because when the new game comes out, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this anyway. We're gonna put Gridiron Dynasty, and that's gonna be a full blown online dynasty. That's not gonna be that hard to relegate. Do all that, change that. But for now, what we're gonna do is everyone will be in. I'll probably throw everyone in Independence or everyone in the same conference. Then I'll make a custom schedule, just so I've done with RFL and the Classic. I'll make a custom schedule. No one else besides the 12 teams in the Dynasty will play games. It'll just be us 12 playing. We'll all play each other, or how many games we decide to play. And then in the season, we'll have our playoffs or whatever. Relegation games, you're thinking, how are we going to switch through? So with the rosters, obviously I can take them. And I'll probably do that after the cut player stage for every single one of us. And I'll just, let's say, for example, I'm in Tier 2, and we'll take Idaho, who's not playing anymore in Tier 1. Let's say I advance to Tier 1, Idaho goes down to Tier 2. Well, I will have the assets ready for Idaho, so I can just plug them into Dynasty number 2. I'll move OU to Tier 1. I'll just, remove Idaho from the active coaches, make myself the active Oklahoma coach in that, and I'll just put Oklahoma's roster from Tier 2 into and replace Oklahoma's roster in Tier 1. You guys don't have to worry about this. This will be all me. But it allows us to kind of coexist through the tier system and relegation games. Haven't really decided where I'm going to do that yet. We could do them in Dynasty, which would mean I would have to import rosters beforehand, during the season. Or we could just do them in play now. It really doesn't matter either way. But that's kind of our thought process of where we're going to go. That's why I said I really think you guys are going to enjoy this, because now recruiting is available. Really not any more need for buying recruits. You can still win some, I guess, in tournaments, but, overall, not really a reason to buy them anymore, because you can recruit. We may open up a custom player thing, like RFCL. Not 100% sure. I haven't even asked. That was just something I just thought of. So if, we have viewers, because now these games will probably be able to be streamed or recorded and put on the channel. So if people want to see their own players, that's something we could think about doing. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts or anything else about this, I'd love to hear your discussion in general. But I think it's time to move Gridiron to Dynasties. And yeah, that's what we're going to do for the future, starting season number 12. We're moving to Dynasties. More on that will come out later. This is just a beginning stage. This might mean Gridiron takes a while to get going again, but we do think the tier system is great. Tier 4 was for the new players, and for those that don't know, that was a disaster. There's maybe like 5 people were there. That's why they're there. So we kind of found players that are active, and maybe we'll have another proving ground things outside of the dynasties, so we can have active players prove themselves, put them in tournaments, all that stuff. But for the people that are active, people that are playing, dynasties are going to be the way to go. Recruiting is an option, stuff like that. So hope you're all looking forward to this, because I think it's going to be fun to finally be able to recruit against people and do all that. Appreciate you all for watching. Like I said, if you have anything, any suggestions, anything you think we should consider looking at, please let us know. Appreciate you all for watching this.